Just like a little goblin crawling on the ground right now. Woo! I think I finally got all the bolts in, boys. Sorry. Welcome back. I put the panels back on the V Strom. If you didn't see the last video, I went through how to take the fuel tank off and get to your air filter. So watch that video if you need to do that. So I've jumped a couple steps ahead of you guys first, but I got the plastics back on. I'm not going to show you that video, just rewind it and it'll be exactly what you need to do. But if you notice, my skid plate and my crash bars are off. I've returned it to, I guess what we're gonna call stock configuration. She's all naked under there right now. I also did an oil change, but that's not that exciting. So I need to torque some bolts first. That's a reminder to myself. But we are going to be putting on a new set of crash bars from T-Rex Racing. I've already opened them, but I'll show you those, and crash bars and skid plate. Long story short, the front mount on the skid plate here, as you can see, is broken. I did not notice that until last year sometime. I did not install that skid plate. It came on the bike when I bought it. I don't even know if the last guy installed it. I think it might have been the first owner. The bike went up to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. It's been all over the country before I bought it. So at some point that broke. So that's what triggered me to get a T-Rex Racing one, because instead of mounting to the engine, as you'll see in the disassembly time-lapse, it basically mounts just to the engine in a couple spots. The T-Rex Racing one actually mounts up to this engine. I guess I'm going to call it a subframe that comes down and mounts. Same with the the crash bars, skid plate, and the crash bars both mount there into a couple other spots. So it's a little more robust in the sense that it attaches to the frame of the bike rather than the engine. So I don't plan on ever really seriously off-roading this thing. I'm not skilled enough for that. But it's kind of one of those things, if you go down a road all of a sudden and you're like, oh shoot, you know, big rocks and whatnot everywhere, in the time that it takes you either to turn around, find, you know, get through the rough spot, maybe it clears up just a little bit ahead of that. You know, it just extends the adventure out on the bike a little bit. The crash bars made sense because I would have to take off the SW Motec bars, which I have no problem with. They're just as thick as the T-Rex Racing ones, but I would have to take them off to mount the new skid plate. So last year, I purchased both. I had to wait on the crash bars because they were not in stock at the time. That's why I'm now putting them on. I mean, not a year later, but we're approaching probably close with that skid plate. I rambled on for far too long there to say that that's what we're putting on the bike today. New skid plate. This is like an 1/8 inch thick. Old one's like a 1/16. Already much more robust. I mean, these arms are even a little bit thicker. 3/16. Plus it comes with the new bolt to go across. It comes with all the hardware that you need, everything like that. So T-Rex does a really good job. My instructions are over there. Instructions are pretty decent too. Crash bars. And I don't crash bars. They look like crash bars. They're about as thick as the old ones. They have a little bit of different design, just in terms of where they're going to be like coverage on the side of the motorcycle. But I was having some trouble getting the front here to clear. I ended up pulling off the skid plate and straightening out this piece with my vise just by using a little body weight, because it was touching the front of the bar before. And I went through the instructions, I went through the setup, and I didn't find anything that was like, oh, I messed up kind of thing. So I think for now, I'm just kind of putting my bolts back in for the mounts. Oh, okay, we're like way off on this side right now. Hold on. Okay, I also see now there. That's not hitting anything there. So we solved one problem, and now we're running into another. Hold on, folks. Oh, I talked to that thing for the whole time, and it wasn't actually okay. So round two. Okay, I've been doing a little research and figuring out that I think I bought two things that didn't necessarily fit together, but I don't think I saw anything on the website saying that they shouldn't fit together either. But I think this is advertised on their website as fitting this year V Strom. These crash bars are advertised as fitting this year V Strom. What I'm not finding on the internet is saying, from T-Rex Racing, once again, not their fault, I bought these just thinking they would work together. And it doesn't seem like they fit together. They fit by themselves, great. So the problem is on the front of this skid plate here, there's this front lip part is hitting the crossbar here. Or really, I mean in the middle, but... And what that is preventing me from being able to do is get the skid plate into the same position, or the position it wants to be in, where I'm not touching anything and whatnot. It's interfering there. So I think all I need to do is change the angle of the dangle here, and I should be able to get it up in there without them touching each other, without it touching the engine. It should have plenty of clearance. Once again, I'm not planning to jump this thing over logs and whatnot, so I'm not necessarily thinking that this, is going to be taking a ton of abuse. Okay. Where'd I put my bolts? There's one. I don't know. Okay, so here really becomes the bolt that is hard. Pull you guys in a little bit closer. Problem here is I can't get it. See, we're basically already hitting again. So I'm thinking now I'm gonna have to chop that down, which I didn't necessarily want to do per se. I'm gonna go like that, I think. Ow! Mother trucker, that hurt. Alright, folks. I removed the nose of this thing. It was way over here. Oh hi. Oh hi there, buds. I'm just gonna lie on the floor for a minute and rethink my life and why I do this to myself. A lot. We're almost to the point where I gotta stop filming because I'm not running out of battery. Alright. We'll have to see if that last one fits or not. One moment. Oh, Lord above. So now we should have plenty of clearance room. We're almost there. We're almost there. I feel like I gotta get this duder. Maybe if I take this one off quick. There's a lot of tension in these brackets too, so that's part of the issue. Man, we're like so close right now. We have clearance on everything. Just need this boy to like that. Do we got it? Oh my boys. We might have done it. Man, that's close. But now we gotta get these lined back up. But I got that guy in now. Woo! I think I finally got all the bolts in, boys! Sorry. Sorry about that. More hammer to figure out where things go. I'm gonna start tightening them up. Oh, my phone is on the floor. Hi, phone. I'll get you. Okay, I need to take a seat for a second. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, let's get this guy. Okay. Rolling, rolling, rolling. I think I made it work. Okay. All right. I'm going to torque all this down, get the rest of the packaging off, and we're going to wrap this up quick. I'm going to throw the battery back in the bike, get everything reconnected there, throw the seat on the bike, because we really need to get some miles on this thing before we take it to Kentucky. So with that said though, I'm going to wrap this up, and then we're going to wrap up the video.